Hi, Europe and beyond. It's Eurovision Ireland, and we're back with our second review show of the songs from the 2023 Eurovision Song Contest. Um, we're reviewing another five songs tonight, and they're all from the first semi final. I'll introduce the team. We have Rich,
Aya.
Sarah,
Hello, everyone.
Bogdan,
Hi everyone.
James.
Hi everyone.
I've got me, John, and Staggy, who's he's hereabouts. Now the five we're going to review this time, following on from our first show, which hopefully you've seen and hopefully you've liked, are Israel, Latvia, Malta, Moldova, and the Netherlands. They're all from the first semi-final. Maybe a winner could come from them, and hopefully a few of the qualifiers will come from this bunch of five as well. So we're going to start with Israel. Now, their song is called Unicorn, and it's by Noah Kirel, and she's performing ninth in the first semi-final. And Richie's going to lead on that one. Over to you.
Yes, so Unicorn, we haven't seen a performance of this yet, so I can only go by what was on the official video. Very dramatic, and Noah's got good vocals. But thinking about Liverpool, this could go either way because there's a lot of orchestral instruments being played in the video. So I could picture the stage full of, five orchestral players with Noah singing. Or because it's so dramatic, I could see her being surrounded by backing dancers. And then you've got the unicorn effect as well. So it's hard to know how to judge this one. And it was hyped up at one point, but I don't quite see where the hype is going with it. If you could it qualify? It could be borderline, but until I've seen a live performance, I'm not really quite sure how we can go with this one.
Fair enough. Now, as in our first show, what we're going to do is each give the song a score out of 10. So there's a top score of 50, and we're going to do it after each song. So, Rich, you're going to lead on Israel. What's your score out of 10 for Israel?
I'm going to think positively with this one, considering we haven't seen a performance. I'm going to go 7.
7, right. I too are going to give it a 7. And Sarah?
I agree, 7. I think until we've seen the live performance, it's a hard one to judge.
Okay. And Bogdan, what's your score for Israel? 6. And James?
I'm going to give it a 7 as well, but I will point out that's a centaur in the music video, not a unicorn. So it's gigantic.
Can't say better than that. So Noah Kirel gets a score of 34. 34 out of a possible 50. Not bad. Okay. Moving on is Latvia. And I'm going to review this one. And the song is called Aya. There's a couple of songs this year with like just vowel sounds. Anyway, moving on. And it's by a band called I'm going to take the lead on this one, which I really don't know what to make of it. I've listened to it several times. I want to like it. It's got stuff in songs, stuff that I like in songs. It's a little bit quirky. There's a bit of an 80s vibe there. It's a little bit rocky. But I'm struggling, I'm afraid. Could be a bit of rock for beginners, rock for people who aren't too keen on rock. But again, that could work in its favour. Since you get so many, diverse styles at a contest, it could strike a chord. It also ends with a bit of a whimper. I think they could have made a more powerful ending, or just something with a bit more oomph rather than just how it ends. I do fear for Latvia. They seem to, dare I say, lost their way over the last few years. I want to see them succeed. I want to see all the countries succeed, but I really want to like this one, but I can't. I can't remember the hook. It just passes me by a bit, I'm afraid. So after all that, I'm only going to give it a 3. Sarah, what's your score for Latvia?
I'm going to give it a 5. I'm still sort of a little bit in between about whether I like it or not.
Okay. Bogdan?
I agree with you, John. I can't remember it at all. 3.
Okay, James.
I'm going to be really mean. 1. I really don't remember it at all, and I think that's going to be a problem for a television audience.
And Rich.
2.
2. Okay, Latvia, you've scored yourself a 14 there. Prove us wrong. Dare you. Right, and next we go to the Mediterranean's happiest rock. We're off to Malta. Yes. Now, this song is called Dance. I think it's just called Dance. And it's by the Busker in his sweater. Sarah's leading on this one. Where you go?
Right. Well, I was really surprised that Malta made this choice, especially when the last years we've had the likes of Destiny, and then we had Emma last year, female singers with huge voices. This is the complete opposite of what we've known Malta to give us the last few years. I really don't know what to make of it. I mean, the song's called Dance, and then you've got in brackets Our Own Party. But for me, it's not party-like enough. I think it'll be interesting to see how they transfer this from the Maltese stage into the arena in Liverpool. I think they need to make it a little bit more party-like. I mean, they've got the saxophones there, a little bit not unlike Sunstroke Project did from Moldova a few years ago, but with not quite the oomph that Moldova did. So I found Moldova really entertaining. This takes a little while to grab you. My worry for it is that it's actually drawn in slot 2 in the semi-final, and I don't feel it's got quite enough there at the moment to stand out. I mean, whether that will change, whether they'll change anything about the performance for Liverpool, I'd like to see a brighter staging, a little bit more party-like, because if it's song saying, dance our own party, that's what you want to see. And they won't. Then what they will really need to work on not only sort of attracting the TV viewers, but actually getting an atmosphere in the arena as well. I worry the fact that also with the televote it might get lost as well amongst all what I've considered to be much stronger entries.
Okay, thanks, Sarah. Right, it's score time. It's score time for Malta. So, Sarah, what's your score for Malta?
I'll give them 6.
6. Okay, it's not a bad start. And Bogdan?
Like a 5.
5. Okay. And James?
I feel better in my sweater is possibly one of the weirdest lyrics ever. I'm going to give it a 4.
A 4. Okay. Rich?
I want to give them more, but knowing how past songs and performances have managed to put the party across, 5.
Okay. Now I'm going to stick my neck out here and give it a 7, just because I think it's quirky and a little bit fun. So they get a total score of 27. I'm sure if there's any mathematicians out there and I get the score wrong, they'll soon tell me. And if I have, yeah, my fault. Or we'll blame the mouse. Anyway, the next one on, I'm not going to have a go at the song title for this one because we have someone who's far better placed to do that. And it's Moldova, and it's by Pasha Parfani, who you may know. Now, Pasha is performing 10th in the first semi-final. Not a bad draw, maybe. Over to Bogdan. You're to lead on this one.
Thank you, John. So it's Pasha Parfani, and the song is called Soarele și Luna, which means the sun and the moon. And I absolutely love it because besides being in Romanian, it has a traditional and ethnic element to it. And it also sounds contemporary at the same time. And yeah, it's a good song, a great beat to it. You can do dance along. You're definitely captivated by the visuals and the costumes and the flute sounds, and it's more like mysticky and quite interesting. I'm a bit concerned about how it's going to be on the stage, and I'm hoping it's going to be powerful because at the national final, I felt it's like a bit of power, but hopefully on the main stage with all the energy and with the really good production, the song will do really well, and I think the public will absolutely love it as well. Yeah, so well done, Moldova.
Okay. All right. Well, more importantly, what's your score out of 10 for Moldova?
difficult. I'm gonna give it for now, because I haven't. It's a potential song, so I'm struggling. So an 8.
8. Okay. Decent start. James?
I'm going to give it an 8 as well. I think it's the kind of genre we've been missing at Eurovision, so I'm really happy to see it in the lineup.
And Rich?
I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay. Well, I love it. I'm going to give it a 9. I don't care. And Sarah?
I want to give it an 8. You can always rely on Moldova to bring you something quirky.
They did last year, yes. That gives Moldova a score out of 50 of 40. Not bad. Anything over 40 or more is pretty good, I think, from the 5 of us. Right, the final one we're going to look at tonight, and James is taking the lead on this one. It's Burning Daylight. I can't even remember why I'm writing there. Now it's by a duo, which is Mia and Dion, I think. And they're performing 14th, their last but one in the first semi-final. Not a bad draw. James, what are your thoughts?
So I know I've said in previous reviews that every so often the country sort of hooks into a sound and thinks, oh, this did really well, we'll keep hammering away at this. This immediately sort of put me in mind of like Arcade and Didyepta. It's that sort of very emotive ballad from the Netherlands. And I mean, they sort of stepped away from that with Birth of a New Age. And I think when that did, undeservedly did so badly, I think they sort of thought, no, we'll go back to, sort of the really hard-hitting stuff to, make sure we're going up the scoreboard. Very emotive. I like the way their voices play off each other. There's a real intensity and emotion to the music video. I am torn slightly because, as I said, I feel like this is a sound that's sort of becoming synonymous with the Netherlands. And I sort of think, okay, once, twice, that's enough. Third time, I'm like, try something else now. So that's my sort of my one complaint about it. That being said, because it's so emotive and powerful, I think a lot of people are going to relate to the lyrics, goodbye old life. This sort of feeling of being slightly hopeless and not knowing what's going on, I think, just the world we live in at the moment, a lot of people are going to connect that message. Is it going to be enough to see it qualify? If there was a jury vote in the semi-final, then I'd say yes, I would have put this in the top 5 of a jury quite easily. Thinking about the running order as it stands, we're going to have this very emotional, very heartfelt ballad, and then we're going to have the absolute carnage and mayhem that is Finland. And I absolutely love the Finnish entry, as you know, but I have a feeling I have a feeling the Dutch broadcaster must have seen that listing and gone, oh, yeah. I mean, I think the song definitely has potential to do well, has potential to qualify. I just wonder if a televoting audience is going to be drawn towards it, because I have a feeling halfway through Cha Cha Cha, they're going to forget what came before it. That's just where I am with it.
Okay. Well, after all that, you've got to give the Netherlands a score out of 10. What do we go with?
I'm going to give them a 6.
6. Okay. Richard?
I'm going to give them a 7, but I agree with James in terms of running order. They're stuffed with Finland there.
It's getting a 7 from me as well. It's not the worst thing we'll ever hear, but it's Sarah?
I'm going to give it a 7. I do like the song, but I'm just concerned about Finland coming after it, really.
Yeah. And Bogdan?
Well, I think that's best for everyone, and this is one of my favorite songs, so I'll give it a 9.
9. Okay. So they score 36. Right, I'll do the scores, and then there'll be some final closing remarks from each of us. So this 5, in 5th place on 14 points, we have Latvia, the Latvian flag. In 4th place on 27, we have Malta. In 3rd place, got to get this right, we have Israel on 34. In 2nd place, we have the Netherlands on 36. And our winner of this 5 on 40 points is Moldova. Now, I'm just going to go quickly around the room, and I'll start with Rich. Any other points to make about this 5 that we've seen?
If Moldova can perform how they've done in the last few years, they'll keep up their momentum of being a finalist.
Hugh, Sarah, what do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely Moldova. They'll have the televote on their side. I think they'll go safely through.
Hey, Bogdan?
I'm hoping for another top 10 finish for Moldova in the final. So definitely qualifier.
May we'll get it. James, anything to add?
No, I agree with what everyone else has said. I think Moldova's the standout amongst these songs. A few others in there that could do well, but I think Moldova, it's just going to be, as always, they're going to be one of the talking points of the contest.
Yeah. This crop of songs, Moldova is the one to watch. Now, our next show will be the final 5 songs from the first semi-final. You've probably worked out which 5 they are now. If you haven't, wait until the next show and you'll find out. So I'll do it individually this time. So it's goodbye from Rich.
Bye.
From Sarah.
Bye.
From Bogdan.
Bye, everyone.
From James.
Bye.
And from me, John, and Staggy. Stay tuned. Find us on all the usual social media channels, and we'll be back soon. Bye, folks.